My name's 𝓡𝓪𝓽𝓽𝓸, and I'm going to be doing a male makeup tutorial for your face, just to give you kind of a natural look. So I'm going to be going through the process of the different types of makeup to be using, and you don't have to use all these. It's up to you, but I hope to see you. The next part we're going to talk about is concealer. So let's go into concealer, and that's good for the bags and highlight, getting rid of the spots and blemishes that you don't want other people to see. So
One of the first things I want to talk about makeup is primer. So I'm using Phoera primer, Phoera, and it's oil control primer, and I always use it before I put on makeup because it helps the makeup stick better. So that's my tip for it. So I'm going to put just a little bit of that oil control, and I'm going to rub it into my face, especially into my T-zone right here. My chin, my jawbone. And that's it for primer. Now we're going to move on to concealer. So that's where I'll
So
see you
now
next.
that we have the primer on, we have a choice of different concealers, and I like to go with one that's a little bit lighter than my skin complexion because you can always go lighter and then build up. You know what I mean? If you go dark first, then you just can't build up from that. So I'm gonna use my. I don't know which one I'm gonna use. I'm gonna be looking up in my makeup mirror, but I think I might use this Wet and Wild Megalast Incognito. Okay, and I am gonna just do this. Apply it like this. I'm gonna look up in my makeup mirror. Like that underneath the eyes because we want to conceal those bags. Put it here. Okay, and with the light hand, then we're just gonna go and make stripes. And we're just gonna go for here. There you go. All right. So after that, you're gonna want to buff that in. So I use a beauty blender. So you can use a beauty sponge or whatever you want to use. But I'm just gonna buff that in, and I'm gonna pat it in. Now some people use a brush and they brush it in. I'm using a beauty blender, like I said. So it's gonna. You want to pat it in because you want to make sure it's gonna. You want to make sure it's gonna stick into the hair. You want to make sure it's gonna go into the hairline. But we're also gonna do some contouring later. How are you? Hi. We're also going to do some contouring later. Sorry, my neighbors. All right. So I'm going to pat the rest of that in, and then I'm going to meet you for foundation next. So before I put my foundation on, I'm going to do a little contouring. And I know this looks a lot right now, but you're going to tone it down a little bit. And it seems like you're putting on a lot of makeup, but you're really, I mean, you are, but you're not. You know what I mean? So you're gonna use the dark to draw a shadow. Okay. I'm great. How are you? You're gonna do use the dark to draw shadows. So I'm gonna draw a shadow here, going into my hairline. I'm just gonna look up in my makeup mirror. Here. Here. I'm gonna just above the brow. And then you want to come down the sides of the nose. I'm going to do it in my makeup mirror so I don't mess up. Come down the sides of the nose. I mean, but it's makeup. I mean, like, you're not going to mess up too much. And then, I know this looks a lot right now, but you're going to make yourself a jawline. Thank you. Okay. And then you're also gonna highlight your jawline here and here. So I'm gonna do this again in my makeup mirror. With my mirror. And draw a couple stripes. Draw some dots. And then also, you want to go under your eyes as well. So you want to go under your eyes, here, here, and above your eyes. And I'll tell you why, because you are going to also create light as well. And that's what we're going to do now. So now I'm going to create highlighting first, or next. So I'm going to highlight my best features on my face. So my best features, you know, you're going to do your cheekbones. And also you want to kind of contrast all this, you know, because basically it's kind of like, if you think about it, it's kind of like camouflage, you know. So that's the way I like to think about it. And then I'm going to come down and I'm just going to do my nose right like that. Let's cover that up. I'm going to do my nose. I'm doing great. How are you? And then, all right. And then I'm just going to come down like that. Like that. Nice big strokes. And you're gonna also go under your eyes as well, because you are gonna cover up that kind of tiredness look, you know, because we're all tired, right? We're all working. So now we have that covered. We're gonna go ahead and do this other. I have a facial piercing here, so it's like super hard for me to do this sometimes. I put a little bit too much right there, but it's okay. I'll blend it in. All right, and I'm just gonna do some more up here. Yeah, and also I'm gonna get here above the brow, because you want to get, and then above the brow here and here. You want that T-zone. So there we go. So right now it looks bizarre, but I promise you, when you buff it all out, it's going to look much better. And then you're also going to put on your foundation, which is going to match your skin tone. Okay? So I'll see you in that next part. And so now we're going to buff it all out. Before I in this part. So you're gonna buff it out, and you're gonna just start. Sorry, I got my hair is. You should always put your hair up before you start doing makeup. All right, so I'm gonna buff it all out. While I buff this out, I will meet you back up for a foundation. But basically, you're gonna buff it out, and you're gonna pat in. You're just gonna pat in. Pat in. You're gonna blend that. Jesus, my hair. You're gonna blend that all together. I don't want to complain about my hair because I have alopecia, and so I'm grateful that it's growing back. But you see how that defines my jawline, right? You see how that defined my jawline? It's gonna do the same on the other side, and then I'm gonna blend it in even more. So I'll see you next part for foundation. Just kidding. We're not putting on. See, now that's that all buffed out. By the way, the contouring. So all that contouring is just provided definition to my face. You can see I have shadow here, like a jawline. My jawline's highlighted. So it's a bit of a difference, and it's not that bit of a mega difference. So also, what I'm gonna do next. Oh my gosh, I completely forgot what I was gonna do next. Crap. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do foundation, and I wanted to suggest too. Always make sure when you're buffing your, doing your using your beauty sponge, or whatever sponge or whatever you want to call it, or brush, you're getting up into your hairline, because that's important, because you don't want it to look like it's not coming out of your hairline. And then you also want to make sure you're getting under your neck here you know, so it's also looking so even. But do you see how it's provided definition? So we're also going to add a little bit of color too first. So now we're going to, right now I kind of look very like washed out. So although I do have definition, I do look kind of washed out. So next, I'm going to provide a little bit of color. And to do that, I have more makeup. So I love to buy makeup so much. I really, really, really do. Makeup to me is so much fun because it's kind of like art and you can do whatever you want with it. So I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using this color and this color mixed right here around my eyes, here and up here and up here and up here and up here. It's going to bring you like a more flushed appearance, and that's what we want to give the look to. So that's what the kind of look we want to, you know, portray, I guess. So I'm going to use this brush here. I truly do not know the name of the number of the brush, but wheels. All right, so like I said, I'm just gonna mix this and this color right here. So I'm just gonna mix, 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 pat. And we'll go through and brush up, strokes. Mix, 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 mix. Pat, look up in my mirror. Brush through strokes and just get under that eye, right underneath. Because you're gonna buff this out anyway, so it really doesn't matter at this point. So I mean it does, but it doesn't. So again, we're gonna brush off that other side, and we're gonna do this side here. Okay, and this again, it's just to bring like light to your face, because right now you look very like washed out with this. So we're also gonna put it up here. Up here, and I'm going to use a different color. Actually, I'm going to use this color here. So we're actually going to put that up there. We're going to mix those colors. I actually like that. We're going to mix those colors. We're going to use that up here, and that's going to bring light, kind of like a light, and then a little bit of bronzer as well. So, and that's kind of the whole, you know, I'm gonna put that, and that's there to provide a little bit of, to highlight that shadow. All right, so I think that's about as much as I want to go with that. Now, I like to get right here underneath my eyes, but you don't have to do it right now. Once you buff that out, and then now after that, we apply foundation finally. But once you buff that out, that's when you're gonna get the final look. So I'll meet you next. Hey guys, welcome back. So as you see, I've put a little blush on my face, and I've actually added a little bit of white underneath my eyes just to make them pop a little bit. And again, we're going to go over that. But before we add our foundation, we're going to blend all that in. So let's go ahead and blend all that in. What? So we're just going to blend all that in, and that's going to give like a very natural looking kind of color to your face. Crap, I have alopecia, you guys. Sorry, I'm working with like half a hairline, or 3/4 of a hairline here. So there we go. So we've created like a bit of so this obviously needs to be blended over here a bit more. This light is so bright on one side, and it's like I can't really see. There we go. I see that now. Alright, there we go. Thank you so much. Actually, I didn't dye that. This is alopecia. So, anyways, so after you have that blended in, now you can go in with your foundation. So It's up to you. Since I went with Phoera primer, I'm gonna try their foundation. It's a little bit lighter than my skin color, so I'm gonna mix it with another foundation, which is Rimmel Match London. As you can see, well, I don't know. We're gonna just try this first, okay? And you're gonna put it on your hand. Always put it on your hand first. So I'm gonna put it on my hand. Ooh, that's a little crusty. Put it on my hand first. It's probably way too much that I need, but always just squirt a little bit on your hand. Don't just put it on your face. And then I just like to take my beauty blender and then kind of, pick spots that I'm gonna do. And it's like, I know it's like, but Jade, I went through all this hard work of providing this definition, and now I'm gonna use foundation, or I'm gonna cover it all up. And it's like, no, you're not really covering it up. You're just kind of like, when you build a building, you have to build the structure first, before you do the aesthetic. And this is the aesthetic. So that's what I say about that. Because after this, you can always add a little bit more, and then that will, it's always good to do little and then take away after. So, it's good to do little and then add, then have to do too much and then have to take it away and then take more of your time. So you want to, watch your time here. So anyways, you're just going to pat this all in. Whoa, that is really, really much more coverage than I really thought that was going to be. Woo! See, this does not match my skin tone at all. I look very washed out right now. I'm not kind of happy about that. But that's okay because I have a different foundation. Look up in my makeup mirror. And see, I want to post this on YouTube because I know it's like, people always post like their like perfect makeup tutorials. No, you're going to mess up sometimes. So I want to show that, you're going to mess up sometimes. But if you're going to mess up well and make sure that you look well when you mess up. That's all I'm going to say. When you fall down at a party, you got to make yourself look good. So. All right. Actually, that's not too bad. And now I look so much brighter. And I still have that definition from the contouring. But you see that? So actually, that's not too bad. Actually, you know what? I got scared about nothing. So there we go. Now, you can add more to this if you want to. I always just like to do, some people use setting spray. What I like to do is just let it sit, and don't mess with it. Just let it sit. And then, kind of check your neck and make sure that, you have it so it doesn't look like you're wearing a mask. But right now, this is really good enough. But if you want to, I will show you what you can add, and continue watching. So at the end, I've added just a little bit of extra, and I just want to make sure I've brushed it in all the way. So I am just going to use this big, nice finishing brush that I have, just to kind of, make sure that everything's in place. I'm just going to look up in my makeup mirror really quickly. You want to make sure that's coming out of your hairline, so. And I've added just a little bit of like glow. And so now we've taken away that sleepiness. And this looks like a natural, very normal look. If you want, you can do your eyebrows if you want. And I'll do that in later videos. But like and subscribe for more. And watch the next video that they recommend. Bye bye. I'm Jade River, and if you like the male makeup tutorial, please subscribe to my channel for more tutorials and more videos about how to do everything from makeup to different fashion styles to how to do clay masks and holistic tips. So I'll have everything, and this is all under my website www.mysticmagicearth.shop. I hope to see you there, and I have some super awesome savings at my website, so stop in to take a look. mysticmagicearth.shop. Thank you so much. Bye bye. And YouTube is going to tell you to check out this video and make sure you subscribe and like. Bye bye.